Hello YouTube, this is Princess Anti-Sheeple Pleaser, and this is the fourth time I had to record this video. I don't know what's stopping this video from being up. Like, every time I try to say something, it's like, it's not me. It literally stops at mid-video, and it says captured. But okay, this article is going to be about chemtrails. Sorry if I'm out of breath, but I did record this video 5 times in a row. Like, I'm not even playing. So I'm just going to say the headline: NASA admitted to spraying Americans with poisonous chemtrails. It's from 2016. I'm going to go ahead and start. NASA has admitted to spraying lethal chemtrails into our atmosphere, saying that the lithium being sprayed into Earth's atmosphere helps to treat people with manic depression and bipolar disorder. NASA personnel have come forward saying that lithium, along with other potentially harmful chemicals, are intentionally sprayed into our environment regularly. NASA confesses to dosing Americans with airborne lithium and other chemicals. Their official explanation why NASA is spraying lithium is a pharmaceutical drug most often used to treat people with manic depression and bipolar disorder into our atmosphere. Then there is probable reasons it would be easier to accept NASA's official explanation if they were not so secretive about everything they study and do in space. But one thing for certain, NASA's own personnel has admitted lithium, along with other chemicals, are intentionally being placed in our environment regularly. It is possible for NASA's own employees aren't even aware of the true motivations for carrying out such a project. In the first shell bomb video, NASA employee Douglas E. Rowland, it just skipped the email, admits that lithium is being sprayed in the atmosphere and says that it is harmless to the environment. Before I give you NASA's official explanation why they are spraying physics meds to over hundreds of thousands of Americans, I'd like to point out some references so you can do your own research. Discovered that this is no conspiracy theory, because as soon as I searched this up, it said conspiracy theory, but there's proof that it wasn't a conspiracy theory, because it still says, if you search it up, it still says conspiracy theory, but it's obviously not. It's just people leaking the information. And we see it with our own eyes. Some people, like if you live in a nicer neighborhood with a lot of white people, you might not see as many chemtrails. Like, I haven't seen any today, but usually around the nighttime you'll see a lot of chemtrails for some reason. Alright, that wasn't talking, this paragraph really doesn't talk about nothing, so I'm going to skip on down. The World Health Organization has been researching aerosol vaccines for years now. A philanthropic agency which clear aims to sterilize the population. It's also worth noting that the pharmaceutical industry has been absolved for legal responsibility. So they medicating these people. They medicating us. They've been medicating us for years with all these chemicals and all these gases, but they don't have to take responsibility, which is why they keep doing it. For medicating the masses, since they were awarded legal protection from all lawsuits by Congress in 1986. So the government is protecting them, basically. That's what it's saying. This law was challenged but upheld by the U.S. Supreme Court in 2011 many powerful agencies are making sure that we take our medicine. Literally, that's what they putting up in them chemtrails. So anything that rains down, that rainwater, and I feel bad for the people who drink rainwater, because there's a lot of people, they drink rainwater thinking that it's clean, but it's really not clean. Like, literally, this junk is not clean. They put the medicine up in the air, and then the rain pours down. The rain goes into the underground water, and it comes through our faucet. So all that rainwater, we basically drink water, rainwater, and sewage water, because all sewage water is rain down water that has gotten into the sewage, and they put through a process and claim it clean. They put so much medicine in that junk you don't even realize, and people wonder why so many people with mental health. Look at the stuff they put in the freaking water and all put in the air. You can't even breathe real air. You can't breathe air without taking medicine. That's basically what this article is saying. You can't take a breath without breathing in all the stuff. And at the bottom it'll tell you all the stuff they really put into our air. And then we gotta pay for air. Like, America just charge you for everything. You get charged taxes. Even if you're a kid, you might not have to pay the big boy taxes, but you gotta pay taxes when you get to the store. I remember one time I walked in the store with $25. All that tax they put up on every freaking item. I came out the store with freaking $10. Went in with 20. So you get charged taxes and everything above. You get paid for. You gotta pay for air conditioning, lights, water. Everybody need water. Why we gotta pay for water? You didn't have to pay for water back then, but now you gotta pay for water. Like this sad. They charge you for everything. They charge you to kill yourself, basically, especially if you just drinking plain tap water. Especially if you drinking just plain tap water. If you drinking plain tap water, you better start boiling that water that y'all be drinking. It might taste weird because it ain't gonna have all the stuff, but shoot, it's better than drinking that. Let me move on. In fact, many nations are participating in our unwitting forced vaccination and the dumping of any number of attenuated viruses, chemicals, and combinations, other chemtrails on our head with dog frequency. So the nations, I know y'all know the United Nations, that they basically control it. That's all the most powerful people you can think of in one. That's why it says nations. They help too. They know all about it. Like, they get together, they speak on it. Okay, let me move on. The Office Gene Technology Regulator considered giving a license application to PaxVax Australia for the intentional release of GMO vaccines. Okay, first they started with GMO foods. Now we have GMO vaccines, consisting of live bacteria into the environment in Queensland, South Australia, Western Australia, and Victoria. They plan to release the chlorella on their people. According to the regulator, this GMO vaccine qualifies as a limited and controlled release under Section 50A of Genes Technology Act of 2000. Of course, we can't ignore the U.S. Michael Greenwood wrote the article stating the incidence of the human West Nile virus cases can be significantly reduced through large-scale aerial spraying that targets adult mosquitoes, according to research by the Yale School of Public Health and California Department of Public Health. So hopefully we have established what is happening, but why. As more nations refuse genetically modified food and refuse to drink fluoridated water, which has been named neurotoxin by one of the world's premier medical journals, the power structure desires to conflict population has to figure out a way to alter the neurochemistry. Lithium alters how we think by changing the levels of serotonin and norepinephrine secreted by our endocrine system. Lithium strongly alters the brain system. Yet the NASA employee in above states it is not dangerous, does not harm the population. Even doctors who normally prescribe this medication for the mentally ill say it is dangerous because it is hard to figure out the proper dosing. Surely, spraying copious amount of lithium indiscriminately in the air aerosols should be questioned. But here's NASA's official stance on this practice. The project, okay, I'm not going to read that because that's a bull crap. Yeah, I know it's bull crap because even doctors are saying that it's dangerous. So I'm not even going to read their bull crap of statement they use to try to say it's legal. That's basically they're saying it's legal. They're just using it to go in outer space. Look, until I see a freaking alien got him brought back down to Earth, until I see some proof we went up to Mars, like real proof. I know they can never give proof. They can never give proof that they went to Mars. They asked astronauts to this day, did they really go to the moon? Did you really go to the moon? There's plenty of videos out there that proves and has footage of them going underwater or going to places in America that we don't know about. They go out to California. That's why California has that reddish brownish textured freaking land. And they go out there, they change the color, and then there you got Mars. They show how they do it. They show how they fake the Mars landing and everything. You just got to do your research, and that's only if you're willing to do the research. I know I do research. I don't need the research. Well, actually I do, because I like to learn stuff. I like to learn new things, especially if I'm going to be living here for a long period of time. I want to know what's going on, what is going on, and everything of that nature. Alright. Here the corporate information being given by NASA employees in the video is code 8440 RMO, which states the exact purpose of using Wallop's flight facility to launch a rocket containing lithium thermite. Purpose. The primary purpose of this mission was to test the loading methods for lithium canisters to be flown to the upcoming Kadiki Perla missions, verified the continuity under the sounding rocket launch and space flight conditions. Alright. We learned from this specific how lithium has been dumped in our skies since 1970. If you wanted to medicate the masses and create mindless slave-like prisoners, who didn't even know they were in prison. This is surely a good way to do it. Spraying lithium into our skies, along with countless bacteria, viruses, prawns, parasites, fungi, carcinogens, toxins, hormone-altering drugs, anti-flora, anti-fauna, as well as gene-altering microdust, and nothing more than biosphere against the world's citizenry. You can call them chemtrails or something else. The effect is the same. Okay, here it tells you exactly what they've been putting in the air since 1970. Because they weren't called chemtrails in 1970, but they were there. So it says they put lithium. Lithium is the main thing. Which is a drug that pharmaceutical companies use. I bet they're getting a lot of money for giving the government these freaking pharmaceutical freaking things to put in the sky. And it's supposed to help with depression and bipolar disorder. That's what lithium is. It helps with that. It's supposed to help with that. It's a mental health medication that doctor says is even dangerous to put in the sky, but the government doesn't care about our lives. So I'm not even gonna pretend or sugarcoat and say, you know what, they might just care about our life. So along with lithium, they put bacteria, viruses, y'all should know that. Prions, I don't know what that is, but y'all can research it. Parasites, we all know what that is. Fungi, carcinogens, that's me. Toxins, hormone-altering drugs. Probably why boys act the way they act. I think it affects the males more than anything. So hormone-altering drugs, anti-flora, and anti-fauna, as well as gene-altering microdust. Alright, you can put all this stuff in the air, and you then you gonna put gene-altering microdust? Gene-altering. It doesn't say gene-altering. Everybody got genes, so this is like, this affects everyone. All these things affect everyone in a certain type of way. And this is what they use. This is what they put in the skies to make those chemtrails. And it's bad if you have a lot of these chemtrails. It's bad if you even have one long chemtrail. It's horrible. They said it's worse in the other countries. They spray that junk like crazy. Like, everybody is spraying chemtrails everywhere. It's not just America, and I know a lot of Americans like, it's just us. Oh, why me? Why did they choose me? Why they put these chemtrails here? Well, cause y'all don't pay attention to nothing. But they've been doing this since 1970. You telling me nobody noticed that they've been putting stuff? Like nobody been noticing that they've been putting this stuff up in the air since 1970. Nobody knew until 2011, cause that's when them I think that's when YouTube started coming out. Yeah, that's when YouTube came out in 2000. Yeah, 2009. That's when YouTube was invented. So YouTube been around for a long time. 2009 all the way up to 2018. That's how long YouTube. I think it might have been, yeah, 2009, because that's when all the artists started popping and everything. And that's when the first touchscreen stuff had finally came out. So yeah, that's when the first touchscreen and everything came out. And that's when people really started to pay attention. but it's a lot of people that's not woke, and I feel bad for them because it's a lot of people, it's a lot of kids my age that aren't woke up, and it's just like sad. Like, I go to school, I got all this knowledge, I can't even share it because it's true. You can't tell somebody who watched freaking WWE and War Star. I watch WWE. I can't even say WWE because WWE is just fake wrestling. Alright, let me think of a show. You can't tell somebody who watch World Star Hip Hop or the Kardashians about this junk, cause that's all these kids watch. I tell people that I don't got a TV and they look at me like a crazy. I got a TV now, but see, I'm not gonna be watching all that boo that be on TV though. I got a DVD player, so if I ever do get a roofer like my mom does, then I'm not gonna be watching all that bullcrap. Most of the time, I might just be on YouTube, watching YouTube stuff, because that's basically what I do. I watch YouTube. I'm not watching TV. I don't watch TV on the tablet. There's only two things I watch: YouTube and I read. Those are the main two things I watch. If I'm gonna watch anything, I'm usually watching food channels and stuff, because you know everybody likes food, especially if it's cooked right. So I might watch Gordon Ramsay or something like that. Yeah. So there's another passage right here, and this is by Edward L. B. Ray's Master Propagandist. So I'm going to read it. The conscious and intelligent manipulation of the organized habits and opinions of the masses is an important element in the democratic society. Those who manipulate this unseen mechanism of society constitute an invisible government, which is true ruling power is the rich. They're talking about the Illuminati. And actually, the Illuminati has made a game, and I want to play it just to see. This is going to be from my next video. I'm going to play the game. It's called We Are the Illuminati. And then it's like, and it lets you move up in the ranks. And they basically telling you, hey, we're here, you know, and we made this game so you can know. And then I bet you there's a lot of kids that play it. It's like, I think right now it has a million downloads, and it's been popping up on my phone as a new game, but I saw it last year also. I guess they put it out every few years. They put the game out, and certain people play the games. It's called We Are the Illuminati. Look it up. I'm not even playing it. Go to your Google App Store. I bet you will be there, and you move up through the ranks. So I'm going to see what that game is about. Maybe I can understand what they're doing a little more if I play the game. Because they're telling you straight in your face. They put so many facts in your face, and a lot of people don't even pay attention to this. Because y'all don't want to know. Like, you have to want to know this stuff. You really do. You have to want to know this stuff. It can be me, my mom. We can't force you to learn about these things that we're telling you. We can't force you to go out there and research. I can't force you to email me. Mom can't force you to email her if you got information. So, if you have any information you would like me to share or anything, this time I'm really gonna put my Gmail up there. how to spell and everything. I spelled sheeple wrong. Don't judge me. I was typing it fast, okay? And that's just how it came out. So, bye YouTube. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll put my email. I'm not gonna put the link. You know, I usually say I'm gonna put the link out there, but I want you to go out there and research. I can't force you to go out there and research. So I'm just gonna tell you the website is yournews.com, and the headline is NASA admitted to spraying Americans with poisonous chemtrails. Can't force you to go out there and research. So I'm finna go. Bye YouTube.